We continue off with Monika walking through a dark forest, searching for Sayori as they got separated when they teleported. While going through the forest, she ends up spotting a trail that leads to a mansion. She decides to go up to the mansion, hoping to find Sayori there. The closer she gets to the gate of the mansion, she sees a man dressed in green sitting in front of the gate with a flower. When she walks up to him, she asks him if he's seen a girl with salmon-colored hair and a black bow with a golden crack pattern on it. The man apologizes as he says he hasn't seen anyone like that. Monika takes a moment to look at him before looking at the mansion, saying to herself that Sayori might be inside the mansion. The man overhears her and tells her that it is best not to enter that mansion. When Monika asks why, the man explains. He tells her that he won this mansion in a contest that he never entered. Because of that, his brother decided to go investigate the mansion. After a while, the man decided to go to this mansion to see what is going on, because it is taking his brother a lot longer than he was supposed to. When he arrived at the mansion, it wasn't long before he was accosted by ghosts. He actually would have died in that mansion if it wasn't for a scientist that not only saved him, but took him to a safe house nearby. After being trained in using his ghost hunting machine, the poltergeist, he tasked the man to capture all the ghosts in the mansion, as the main ghosts were basically his portraits. While exploring the mansion, he ended up finding out what happened to his brother. His brother was not only captured, but was trapped in the painting by the meticulous King Boo. Mustering up as much courage as he could, he traversed the mansion entirely, capturing ghosts everywhere he can to eventually confront King Boo to save his brother. However, at the door leading to the room where King Boo and his brother is, all the fear that he had from the very beginning just came crashing down on him. The straw that broke the camel's back was when King Boo confronted him. Before King Boo can even do much, Luigi ran. As he was running, not only could he hear King Boo's laughter, but he could also hear his brother calling for him. But no matter what, he just couldn't bring himself to stop. He just was overwhelmed by all this fear. By the time he was able to gather up his courage again and go back in, it was already too late. The room that he saw both King Boo and his brother was empty. Monika expresses her sadness after hearing the man's story. And while she sympathizes with him, she can't stop just because of this story. If there's even a chance that her girlfriend is in that mansion, she needs to go in there. The man takes a deep sigh, gets up, and walks out of the way. As Monika passes through the gate and approaches the front door of the mansion, the man silently gives a prayer to himself, hoping for Monika's success. As Monika steps in through the front door, she sees that it is pitch black, so she just keeps walking, hoping to find some light. She eventually does when she passes through a corridor. When she looks around, she sees that the room itself is like a castle. She is currently on a wooden bridge that is suspended over lava. As she keeps looking around, she ends up hearing something. She looks forward and prepares herself for something to come after her, but it is surprised when she sees Sayori. She is relieved to see that Sayori is both alive and okay. However, Sayori just stands silently with a stern look. Sayori? What's wrong? If you accept that I took that risk, then I'm sorry, but it's always about you, huh? What? It's always about Monika. You got the powers. You got to survive. Sayori, are you bringing up what happened in the game? We talked about this, but... You thought you were the only one that was revived? Monika's eyes widen in shock at what Sayori just said. As Monika is processing this, Sayori charges at her, preparing to punch her. Monika sees this and instinctively brings her arms up to her face to block the first hit. After the first hit, Sayori just keeps throwing punches after punches at Monika. Monika is struggling to keep up, trying her best to block and dodge, but Sayori is just relentless. This goes on for a bit until Monika is able to back away. Despite Sayori's aggression, Monika can't bring herself to fight back. I can't hurt her. She's Sayori. She notices the bow on her head and sees that it is still the black bow with the golden crack pattern. She still has that bow I gave her, so she has to be my Sayori, right? The one-sided fight continues to go on, with Monika unsure on how to calm her girlfriend down. Sayori has been able to get some hits on Monica, be it her face or her body, which leaves not only bruises, but a few blood marks on her. With a particularly strong punch, Sayori is able to knock down Monica. As Monica lands on the ground, Sayori quickly gets on top of her and wraps her hands around Monica's throat, intending to choke her. Monica is able to grab onto Sayori's wrist and pull up, preventing Sayori from putting more pressure down on her throat. However, despite this, she is still being choked out by Sayori, with Sayori trying her hardest to snuff the life out of her, and Monica just desperately looking at her, trying to get her to stop.
Damn it! Why don't you die?
With Monica slowly losing consciousness, Monica is left with no other choice but to attack Sayori. With whatever consciousness left that she has, she looks around to try to find something that she can use. She ends up seeing a gap between her and Sayori, just enough for her to bring her legs up and kick Sayori off of her. With her throat now free, Monica is able to grasp some air. She slowly picks herself up as she gasps for air.
Sayori, please! I don't want to fight you! You know that I love you! I know that you love me too!
Sayori hesitates as she picks herself up. With an expression that is a mix of fury and pain, she speaks in a trembling voice.
Love you?
She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a fire flower from there. She ends up absorbing the power of the fire flower as she yells,
Love you? I hate you!
With a fireball now in her hand, she launches it at Monica. Monica is able to see the fireball coming at her, and with whatever strength she was able to regain, she uses it to dodge the fireball. Sayori continues to fire fireballs at Monica as she runs around Sayori, dodging these fireballs. Realizing that now she has no choice but to actually fight Sayori, she turns and runs straight towards Sayori, dodging more of the fireballs coming at her. Sayori, seeing this, reaches into her pocket again to pull out another power-up, but before she can pull it out completely, Monica tackles her, knocking the item out of her hand. Monica sees what Sayori dropped and sees that it is a feather. She quickly goes for it as Sayori picks herself up and gets ready to throw more fireballs at her. When Monica reaches it, she ends up absorbing it and dons a cape. With the fireballs getting closer, Monica attempts to dodge it, but unintentionally uses the cape's ability and flies high into the air. She is able to stop her from slamming into the ceiling. Sayori, seeing her now in the air, continues to chunk fireballs at her. Monica now needs to get used to flying with this cape as she dodges Sayori's attack. After a brief learning curve with a lot of close calls, Monica is able to get the hang of the cape's ability, which includes speed and strength. Monica dives towards Sayori, now fully committed to fighting. As Monica throws a punch at Sayori, Sayori is able to block it. After pulling back, Sayori ends up throwing another punch, which Monica is able to block. After a bit of a clash, Monica tends to soar high into the air, with Sayori jumping up to meet her in height. Monica is surprised that not only the fire flower gave Sayori pyrokinetic abilities, but it seems to have enhanced her agility as well. And so the fight continues to clash, happening throughout the entire room, with fireballs and blows exchanged with such force that the girls don't notice that the wooden bridge beneath them is beginning to collapse. Sayori ends up getting an upper hand on Monica once again when she knocks her onto the bridge. She straddles Monica again, trying to choke her again. With Monica now in the same position again, she is able to do the same thing she did before Sayori is able to correct herself to prevent Monica from doing so. Monica kicks Sayori off of her, which sends her flying. However, this time, Sayori falls off the edge of the bridge into the lava below. Monica picks herself up as she sees Sayori screaming in agony in the lava. Monica's eyes widen, and without hesitation, she cries out for Sayori as she leaps after her into the lava.